Revolutionary changes in surfboard design made modern surfing possible. Now, a documentary film entitled Evolution, telling the story of that revolution from the perspective of the Australian surfers and shapers that made it possible, will be released soon. We spoke with the Tokyo-based director of Evolution, Silas Hickey.
Okay, alright, sabi ni Dekakeyo Zed. Okay, alright, sabi ni Dekakeyo.
I grew up surfing every day of my life until I went to art school. So I was always interested in surfing, and then when I went to art school I studied design. And so, yeah, I guess, you know, surfing and design, the two things just came back together once I went back to, once I got back into design. And you know, graphic design kind of turned into filmmaking, and then I thought, you know, everyone has one really good story, I guess, and I suppose this is mine because I was so intimately acquainted with surfing for so many years. You know, design and surf culture in Australia appealed to me more in terms of this film also because it was already an industry in the States back then. You know, it wasn't an industry in Australia. In Australia, it was these 3 or 4 guys who you met.
Bob
McTavish, George Greeno, I have to say Nat Young.
My first plane trip was sitting on a Pan Am jet next to an FBI agent who escorted me back to Australia.
I can't remember the amount of times my board washed up on a cliff and was 20 pieces, you know, and no fin or whatever, or I never found it again.
Surfing is the finding of yourself through the medium of a surfboard. It is the perfect form of self-expression.
And there's a handful of mates just totally in love with surfing. And they were the first Australians that really surfed full time. and did nothing else but surf and develop their surfing equipment, you know? And it was such a, between 67 and 69, it was just such a mad sort of frenzy of experimentation in surfboard design.
Board lengths in Australia plummeted from average 9.6 to 7.6 in that winter.
Laminated, get them glass. We used to just turn them around 6 hours later, they'd be surfing. You know, experimental. It didn't matter if they got, you know, the glass hadn't cured.
So I'd shake them, they'd ride them, and they give me more impetus, and away we'd go.
It was another year for me and you.
If anyone says any different, they're wrong. That was the shortboard revolution.
With nothing to do.
This was groundbreaking stuff. These were totally different boards, and that was the beginning of it for Australia.
The average guy, about 10 stone, a 6 foot to 6'6" surfboard is just exactly what he wants.
Now last year I was 21.
You had to be a surfer and you had to be a shaper to be able to go out and test and know by process of elimination what was working and what wasn't.
Sitting up on the top of a wave and you say, I've got to get up there and get that power. You just go, phew, sit up in there and
pick your own track.
Yeah, sure, pick your own track.
The evolution continued very rapidly from mid to late 67, and the changes were, you know, rapid fire, just one after another.
I mean, I grew up watching all these American films about surfing, American surf movies, and I think in Australia there's no film that really documented that period because everyone was too busy doing it, you know, not documenting it. You know, they were still shooting. I mean, I found a lot of film because people were filming it and photographing it and writing about it and making sketches of, I mean, I've got heaps of fantastic old sketches of Bob's, of his surfboard designs and stuff. There's lots of that sort of stuff. But no one ever put it together into a documentary, you know, and it's kind of like a missing chapter.
I think the performance level is so high now, and it's still going to go up. I mean, what these young guys have done is just extraordinary. It's fantastic.
All the waste has been cut off. It's down to the most compact form of surfboard you can possibly ride.
The surfboard is going to be like an egg, and you're going to be able to sit in it and drive it, and you'll be able to come off the lip and roll around inside it. Right?
The surfing is, you know, it's not only international, it's sort of interplanetary.
Look out, it's all about to change.